A special episode today on surfaces for seats, especially considering leather, here on Autogefühl, your number one resource for in-depth car reviews and your number one community to discuss cars. So in this episode we were going to talk about, is it actually really useful to go for leather seats in a car, for real leather seats, and what is actually involved by that. So because we have a lot of questions about that always, because in the most videos I'm saying I would never go for real leather seats, means animal skin again. And I can really explain it to you in detail. Why is that? So first of all, I used to buy leather cars as well. I've bought 2 cars with real animal skin seats inside, because I also thought, yeah, well, it's kind of the waste of the meat industry, and there's not much harm involved, and it looks great and is considered as high class, considered as luxury, and well, meanwhile I know better. So first of all, just from the functions, inside a car, the climate function is actually pretty bad, because in summer you sweat on the seats and in winter it's cold, so you need kind of seat heating. And well, not everyone has it, but if you can pick it, it will also be useful to pick the seat cooling. But actually it's kind of nonsense, because when you go for microfiber seats, for example from Alcantara or Dinamica, these are the main manufacturers, you don't need it actually, because they are not cold in winter and not that hot in summer. So the question is, why still leather? I think one of the main reasons is really because it's considered as this luxury product. But it isn't actually, because, first of all, bad climate function. That's one side about it. Then it's also bad for the environment, for animals and for humans. And there are actually a lot of videos, or for example, you just Google or YouTube them, where you see where is leather production actually taking place. First of all, there are actually a lot of production where it is not just a byproduct, where the animals are really taken part of it illegally. For example, these holy cows from India are taken to Bangladesh, and they are kind of, it's a total torture just to get the cows there. Then they are slaughtered, and well, maybe sometimes even not really slaughtered at first. They take off the skin as the animals are still alive. It's so horrible. And at the same time, the humans, well, they have to work something, because they would starve otherwise. They have to do something. But they are employed by some kind of evil companies, where they have to be on all the chemical stuff, because the leather has to be dyed, and there's an extensive use of hazardous chemicals for that. And there are kind of whole villages where they are all running around in chemicals, animals and humans, and it's really incredible how much bad things are actually involved with the whole production processes here. Then again, you might argue, okay, well, there have to be some productions where everything is better, and where it's like the animals die better, and it's also better for the humans and thereby protected. Okay, well, that might be, but it's maybe a little less pervert. But is it really that much better? That's the big question there, because let's say even if this animal skin would be just a byproduct in some of the production process, does it really solve the ethical issue? Would you take your dog, the skin off, and then put it to your car seats, or maybe the skin of your mother, because oh well, she has died anyway, so I can take her skin? What kind of argumentation is that actually? So I think you really have to think about that. Even if it is just a byproduct in some of the processes, which is basically not, you still finance an industry that is relying on killing living beings, and that can never be something good. So to me, as I got all the information now and seen everything about this, there's actually no justification to use leather products at all. Then you got some guys saying, hey, I got some videos from you, you're wearing leather shoes or leather belts. Yes, I used to buy it, and actually it makes no sense, just like I throw everything on the trash. The same, it makes no sense that when you have bought a car with leather, with real leather seats with animal skin, that you crash your car against a wall. There's no sense in it. But you can change your behavior in not buying real animal skin further on, because you as a customer, you have actually the decision, and so the industry has to react on that one. And it is actually already happening. There are a lot of alternative products, for example, microfiber for the seats, and they're also basically just great cloth seats, for example. So in my opinion, luxury does not mean real leather, because you cannot combine it with sustainability. In my opinion, luxury means high comfort and sustainability at this very same time. And that, for example, is possible when you, for example, pick the microfiber on the inside of the seats and, for example, faux leather on the outside of the seats. Mercedes, for example, offers a lot of these stuff. Also, cars from the Volkswagen Corporation, there we have seen it quite often. So I think it's also very important for the car manufacturers that they really offer a lot of this, and also have a great transparency in their price list, that they really show this is real leather, this is faux leather, this is microfiber, this is cloth, and that everyone can actually understand it. Because some of the manufacturers, they actually take it wrong and think we have to hide everything which we don't make of real animal skin, because this would be considered as low quality. This is changing right now. The manufacturers have to realize that a lot of customers nowadays want to know that it's not real leather, because they can actually not combine it with their ethical thoughts. And well, the same is to me. For example, we've talked about it earlier. I also don't eat meat anymore, because you know, I grew up with a very kind dog, and I really loved her, and I would never have thought about slaughtering my dog. And then I said, okay, well, pigs are kind of as intelligent as dogs. Why should you eat pigs? And that's kind of how the whole thing started for me. And then as you get information step by step, there's actually no other solution than to this problem then. So that's my thought actually about that one. And you know, it's not really about my personal opinion, because no one does me a favor if you know you don't go for the real leather seats, but you do the animals a favor, which don't have to die for that then. That's, I think, the most important aspect. And for the last thought, there was some criticism about, you said, oh Thomas, you have an agenda. You know, you tell in the videos that you wouldn't go for real animal skin. This is an agenda, and you shouldn't do that because that's not objective. Well, I can just tell you, yes, I do admit I have an agenda. My agenda is compassion. And well, if you want to blame me for that, be my guest. If you like what I'm doing, then put it also in the comments. I really love your support on that subject especially. And well, I hope we can discuss that further. And I hope a lot of you guys also share my thoughts and also choose the path for compassion. So thank you very much, and see you at the next Autogefühl episode.